Welcome back everyone to another Weather Glance video. In today's video we will be covering the tropical impacts of Tropical Storm Elsa that is heading for the Florida Panhandle and general Gulf Coast of Florida, all coming up in just a bit. Alright, on our first slide, we're looking at the GFS composite reflectivity, which will show you the precipitation levels and amounts. So as you can see, we do have moderate rainfall moving through the area with Tropical Storm Elsa. We are not expecting any severe torrential rainfall, but there will be heavy pockets of rain as this tropical storm moves through the Tampa Bay area up into the northern Florida areas, potentially into the Panhandle as well. So we will have flooding potential up to 4 inches of rainfall, which we will get into here in just a second. Alright, now we're moving on to our wind gust forecast. This is the 925 millibar wind and knot forecast model from the GFS, and we are basically looking at about 50 to 60 knot winds down in the Florida Tampa Bay area, all the way up to South Carolina. So we are going to continue to see those gusty winds move through the area until eventually it moves back out into the Atlantic. So here you can see we have gusty winds up to 45 knots to 55 knots. So that's about 50 to 60 mile per hour wind gusts. So those are the threats for the wind gust. We do not see any potential to reach up to 80 or 90 mile per hour wind gusts, but 60, we could see up potentially a gust up to 70 miles per hour somewhere in the Tampa Bay area, generally because of the water, how flat it is, and winds accelerate over flat terrain. So we could see the potential for a 70 mile per hour wind gust, but generally staying within the 50 and 60 mile per hour range. Alright, here's our National Hurricane Center forecast cone, and you can see that we generally have a tropical storm all the way up until Florida, and then we start to see that depression movement up through the rest of the Atlantic coast. So the Atlantic coast will be experiencing impacts from this, but very minor impacts, such as heavy rainfall and gusty winds at times from 40 to 50 mile per hour wind gusts due to the acceleration over that flat terrain of the water. So we do not see too many major impacts. There are no major impacts from this tropical storm forecasted. Moderate impacts for the Tampa Bay area and minor impacts through the Atlantic coast. Alright, here's our National Hurricane Center time. This is the earliest reasonable arrival time of a tropical storm force winds. So these are when you really start to see those tropical winds come together in your area, and you can see the Tampa Bay area sees about Tuesday 8 a.m. and then it'll move up into northern Florida about Tuesday 8 p.m. But southern Florida we'll generally start to cover this probably around Monday around 8 a.m. when it starts to make impacts to southern Florida, and then it'll move up such as through Monday 8 p.m. and then Tuesday 8 a.m. and then Tuesday 8 p.m. and then eventually to move up into the Georgia area, back out into the Atlantic around Wednesday 8 a.m. and so on and so forth up through the Atlantic. Alright, so here is our GFS total rainfall forecast model for the Tampa Bay area, and you can see that we do have 1.9 inches, but our main threat for heavy rainfall accumulation is up in northern Florida and southern Georgia, where you can see that we do have potential for 5.2 inches in Georgia, but the main threat for Florida is 4 inches of rainfall, which is very large amounts for flat terrain. So areas like Florida, you will have to be preparing for northern, so this is north central Florida that you really will have to watch out for those flooding issues. Southern Florida, you won't really have any flooding issues, but anywhere from central Florida to north central Florida, you're going to want to make sure that you're prepared for heavy rainfall amounts that could bring flooding potential to your area. Alright, in our main impacts here, you can see that we do have flooding potential for like I said, those central parts of Florida and those northern central parts of Florida down to the central Georgia. And we also have damaging winds, gusts up to 50 to 60 miles per hour, but down in the Tampa Bay area, we could see a gust up to 70 mile per hour here and there. But those are our main threats. Nothing major here, just moderate impacts to Florida and then minor impacts as it goes up to the Atlantic. I want to thank you all for watching today's video. Big thanks to today's sources. We have Pivotal Weather, where all the forecast models seen in today's video come from, and the National Hurricane Center, where those lovely forecast cones and information came from. I would ask that you consider subscribing for more U.S. forecasts free of charge, and also I would ask that you consider following the Weather Glance official Facebook page for more inside information and complimentary personal forecasts when you message me on my Weather Glance Facebook page. Again, I want to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.